Yeah, Amir Khan got robbed, innit? He got robbed, you know, he got robbed in London, you know, he got his £70,000 watch, you know, taken from him. You know, when he was out and about in London, you know, with his little wife, Farrell. A few robbers, you know, robbed him and stole his watch. You know, he got robbed at a gunpoint. You know, and his little wife, Farrell, she was like screaming and that, you know what I mean? So, you know, they held guns at him. They held guns at his face. They held a gun, you know, to his poppadom chin. And then he went down and, you know, then they took the watch and ran off with it. So, what do you think of that? Are you bothered? I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. I'm fucking glad he got robbed. You know, he's like, you know, after his fight with Kell Brook, he was like showing off, you know, with that little car and that. It's not envy, but, you know, when people show off and they brag and they boast about what they've got. You know, when they get robbed by a little broke fucker who steals their £70,000 watch, you know, I'm glad. You know, people are fucking bragging and boasting and that. So I'm glad he got robbed, you know, that guy, the fucking Skype wanker. You know, when he was trying to like belittle Kell Brook, you know, before the fight. You know, when Johnny Nelson said...
Who's the A side? I'll let you answer.
He's the A side.
Say that again?
You're the A side.
Thank you.
You know, that's what he tried to do to Kell, didn't he? He tried to belittle him, but you know, in the fight, it was fucking totally different, wasn't it? He got messed up, man. He got fucked up. I'm glad he got robbed, to be honest with you. You know, it's probably fake anyway. It's probably a little staged publicity stunt in it. You remember when Chris Eubank Jr. pretended that he got robbed? You know, when he got his little mates to like pretend to burgle the house, you know, for publicity.
Now, if you had been good at your job and actually taken the time to inspect this garment that you so rudely thrown on the floor, you would have found this. And this is worth about 100 times everything that you took in this house. And you left it here. The joke's on you, you absolute scumbags.
It's fake, man. It's publicity. It's staged. It's attention seeking, innit? And like Eubank, when he got his little mates to pretend to be paparazzi, that was silly as well, wasn't it? That was fake, staged publicity. You know, it was kind of cringe, wasn't it? It was kind of obvious as well. Like, why would the paparazzi be following Chris Eubank Jr. to the cinema and waiting for him outside and then just all conveniently getting together like that? It's fake. It's fake, man. It's a publicity stunt, and it's fucking... Eubank's trying to be Dan Bilzerian. He's trying to be on that level, innit? Signing microwaves. Who walks around with a microwave? That was his little mate. Yeah, he gave him a microwave and asked him to come up to him with a microwave to sign it. This Skype wanker here is doing a little TV program with Keith Lemon, innit? So, you know, he's trying to fucking get some publicity going on. So it's probably fake. Froch hates him, don't he? It's a fucking venomous hatred that he's got for Amir Khan, Froch.
Amir Khan's only good for one thing.
What's that?
Getting knocked out.
I don't know if it's like to do with him being a Muslim or, you know, this talks of Amir Khan banging Froch's wife, you know, before he got with her. So there's a bit of tension there, isn't there, between Froch and Amir Khan. So, you know, Froch, he'll be quite glad as well, you know, that Khan got robbed at gunpoint. It's good to hear, isn't it? It's a good story, man. I hope it's true, you know what I mean? It's one of them things, man. But, you know, if it is true, like, what do you think? Amir Khan, he's earned a few quid in boxing, hasn't he? So, should he be walking around with, like, security? You know, like Mayweather. You know how Mayweather walks around with those big fucking bodyguards. How much are they? How much do you think they cost? Like, Mayweather can probably afford them. But there's talks of Mayweather going broke. You know, they're saying that he tried to shortchange Logan Paul, you know, because he's going broke and that. But I don't know how true that is, but like, how much are those bodyguards? You know, Amir Khan, do you think he can afford those kind of security guards to walk around with him. Because he ain't earned the same kind of money as Mayweather, has he? So can he afford security? And they've got to be armed, really. Because those muggers who stole his watch, they were armed. They held a gun to his poppadom chin, yeah. So they're armed. So he's got to really have armed security as well. But can he afford them? Like, you remember that Tekashi Snitch 9 who fucking snitched on those bloods? He had to, like, hire, you know, top security, armed security. You know, top militant army fucking security. Who wear bulletproof vests and all the fancy security equipment, you know what I mean? That he needed that top flight security. So they're saying that he's having to, like, come back, you know, and try and make a few little shit songs, you know, to try and make more money to pay for the security. So, you know, Amir Khan, I don't think he can fully afford security like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know, it's going to add up, innit? And then he might have to come back into boxing again, you know, and get fucked up again, like he did against Kell Brook. But yeah, whatever. I'm glad he got robbed anyway. So yeah, it's a good story, innit? It was a nice little story to hear about, wasn't it? Do you think Khan's wife's nicer than Carl Froch's wife? Who's got the nicest wife out of those two? You know, I think Carl Froch's wife, I think she's more naturally nicer, you know, than the Skype wanker's wife. You know, she's had a lot of surgery. Look, can you see the before and after pics there? You can tell, you know, that she's had a bit of work done. So I think Carl Froch's wife, I think she's naturally nicer, you know, than the Skype wanker's wife. So I think Carl Froch has got the sexual edge. Yeah, Amir Khan's wife was trying to have a go at Carl Froch, you know, on Twitter, you know, saying that he's jealous of Amir Khan's success and his celebrity status and his money and all this. What do you think of that? Do you think that's true? I think Carl Froch is higher up than Amir Khan, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Carl Froch, he made George Groves fall on his own leg. You know, Khan, he's kind of known for, like, just getting knocked out in it. That's his main sort of, like, thing that he's known for. You know, getting knocked out. You know, getting hit on his little poppadom chin. So I think Carl Froch, really, I think he's more, like, respectable, if you know what I mean. So really, I don't think Carl Froch is jealous of Amir Khan. I think Carl Froch, you know, he made a load of money as well, didn't he? You know, he's got a nice fancy wife and that. But... So yeah, I don't think Carl Froch is jealous. I think Carl Froch kind of came out of boxing a lot better than Amir Khan came out of boxing. Yeah, he does his little bits of charity work, don't he? You know, the Amir Khan Foundation, he's always helping out these, you know, these people who are in need, but it's always recorded, isn't it? It's always put on social media. It's always publicized. It's like, why can't you do something like without cameras being there? I know everyone's got a phone nowadays, everyone's recording, but some of these guys, they just do it for fucking publicity, man. And it comes off their tax bill as well. When you give money to charity, you know, it comes off your tax bill. Plus these guys get the added benefit, you know, of getting that publicity and kind of coming across as the nice guys. But do they do this behind the scenes? I suppose we will never know, but like, I don't know, I don't think Khan does, man. I think he just does it to try and get little pats on the back. So yeah, I'm glad he got robbed. You know, it's like Kim Kardashian as well. She got robbed, you know, a few years ago in France. But I don't care, that's what I mean, man. I don't give a fuck. She's like a billionaire, you know her. So when she gets robbed by a little broke fucker who might have, like, I don't know, got made redundant from his job or whatever. You know, her getting robbed, like, it didn't bother me at all. You know, if it was like a little old woman who had her handbag snatched by a little thief, you know, that would have annoyed me. But you know, if people like Kim Kardashian get robbed and the fucking Skype wanker, it don't bother me at all. So It's like Nipsey Hussle, innit? You know, when he posted that on his Instagram, you know, like showing off his earnings, you know, nearly $1 million. You know, and then he got fucking murdered, you know, by some little broke fucker, some little hater, some little jealous fucker. You know, Nipsey Hussle, he got murdered, didn't he, by some little broke fucker. And they say Nipsey didn't used to have security around him. You know, and he got murdered, so it's similar with Khan, innit? He's walking around with his little wife, Farrell. You know, with his £70,000 watch, you know, showing off and that, so I'm glad he got robbed. It's like Tupac as well, you know Tupac, he got murdered by that guy there, you know, called Orlando Anderson. You know that guy, Orlando Anderson, he was a Crip, yeah. And he was being investigated, you know, for a couple of murders already. And like Tupac went up to him and fucking hit him. And then this guy went and murdered Tupac afterwards. You know, after the Mike Tyson, Bruce Heldon fight in Las Vegas. This guy here murdered Tupac, innit? He fucking messed him up. So, like, yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking hell. You know, Mayweather, people diss him saying, oh, you remember when Mike Tyson was dissing him, calling him a little scared man?
He can't take his kid to school by himself. And he talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He can't take his kids alone to school by himself. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
But, you know, Mike Tyson calling Mayweather a scared man, walking around with security. It's a good idea, man, I'm telling you. You know, the Skype wanker getting robbed and fucking Kim Kardashian getting robbed and Nipsey also getting murdered and all this. You know, Tupac getting murdered. So, you know, Mayweather, he's doing the right thing. Do what you have to do, innit? It's like this fight on the weekend, you know, Tyson Fury against Dillian White. I'm going to try and stream it, you know, illegally, you know, to avoid paying 25 quid. I'm going to try and stream it, you know, illegally. But, you know, if it's like dodgy and it starts like freezing and, you know, adverts popping up every minute, I'm just going to pay for it because I can't be missing it. But at first, I'm going to try and stream it illegally. Yeah, and you might say, oh, that's not nice. You know, Frank Warren, fish eyes. I don't care about robbing fish eyes with the big dent in his forehead. You know, fish eyes, you know, when I boxed Liam Williams. He paid me like 1,500 quid. You know, 1,500 poxy little quid, you know, to get in there and fucking fight. So he tried to shortchange me, didn't he? Fish eyes. So I don't care. I'm going to try and stream this fight, you know, for free. Illegally. I don't give a fuck. Not long now. Not long to go. Who wins? Who wins that fight there? I've got another video coming up, so I don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, fight week, it's not long now, is it? Yeah, I like Dillian's gold tooth, you know. I'm gonna have to get one. I think it'll suit me. You know. I like Dillian's gold tooth, you know. I'm just watching his interview now, you know, with Bent Legs. And like Dillian, he like talks out the side of his mouth like that, don't he? You know, so you can see his gold tooth. Talks like that, don't he? Roar. I'm gonna win the roar title. Roar. I'm gonna become champion of the roar. Yeah, man. Argos. I want him to win this fight, you know. Seriously, I like him, innit? Yeah, man. I like him. It's a big ask, though, innit? It's a big ask. But who do you think's gonna win? Let me know in the comments, yeah? Let me know in the comments. I got another video coming up about this fight, so check it out, yeah? But thanks for watching, yeah? Thanks for that.